I'm Jessica Lombard, Associate Superintendent.
And I'm Superintendent John Berkey, and this is Huntley 158 Today. Well, Jessica, can you believe next week is Thanksgiving?
My favorite holiday.
This semester's really gone fast, and you know, one of the things Thanksgiving week brings is actually when we do our parent-teacher conferences in the district.
And that's right. I just would like to remind all the parents, if you have not made an appointment for your parent-teacher conferences, next Monday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. or Tuesday from 7 to noon, reach out to your school or your teacher to be able to schedule an appointment, and there's no school on Wednesday.
Right, actually no school for kids all next week, so
next week.
don't send your kids to school next week. And then being next Thursday's Thanksgiving, we're going to be off on Thanksgiving, so there will be no Huntley 158 Today, but we'll be back 2 weeks from today. Well, we've got a great show today.
We do, absolutely. As I've stated before, it's always the best when we have students on here. We have 4 students from our Raider Nation News, and we'd like to go ahead and introduce them. We have Isabella and Andrew, and then Kevin and Sean, and Mrs. G. So why don't we start with you? Just tell us a little bit about the news program.
Of course. So Raider Nation News is our Friday broadcast, and it takes place and is fully filmed and crewed, produced by students around me right now and other students in our 2 sections of the TV production class here at Huntley. It's an English elective, so it really falls under the web of our English Common Core class, and we look at storytelling from all lenses, but it's a really cool, fully student-produced, project-based world, and we're really proud of it.
So we're going to learn a few things from you guys today, huh?
So tell us about your background. Did you have a background in TV, or how did you get to teaching this class? And you're an English teacher, right, is what your certification is.
Yeah, this was a total new hat for me, and last year when I started teaching the class and being part of the program was really transparent with the 4 people sitting around me that I'd be learning a lot from them in the beginning, as many of them took the class prior to me coming to Huntley. So it was a new hat for sure, and it took some time for me to get in the groove and figure out what this class could be and where we were and where we were going. And it was great learning from them, taking feedback from them, and really crafting our world into what it is today. And I, like I said, English background, but I've taught film and creative writing, and we kind of just morphed all ideas of storytelling together into something that took the technical side too of production. And we're pretty proud of it, and we still are learning from each other every day, but we're happy with what we've got going on right now.
Now we have a few awards sitting at the table. Do one of the students, do you guys want to tell us a little bit about what those are?
So our last year, after we got Miss G, we started advancing the program more, and she was reaching out to a bunch of different teachers in the area that have similar programs. And we got invited to what's called the MMEA, which is the Midwest Media Educators Association. And we happened to win first place for our newscast last year.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, which is the first year we were invited. We were crazed. The 4 of us went up there. It was Dante, Kevin, Justin, and Taylor. Well, me's Kevin.
Sean, can you tell us a little bit about the TV studio itself? Because we just built that a couple years ago, and tell us what kind of equipment we have, and then what type of editing software you use.
Okay, so our TV studio, it's basically like a side room. I think it used to be a classroom, but we basically turned it into a TV studio, got our own personalized desk, painted the wall green as a green screen, and some of the cameras we have are Panasonic camcorders. We have Canon 70D DSLRs, Canon Rebel T6i, I think. And we have a bunch of different Bose mics and stuff that we always use, lapel mics, everything really. So that all gets incorporated into our projects and newscasts, and we use as much as we can.
Well, what about the other half of the room where you do the editing? What type of equipment and software do you use?
We use Final Cut Pro as our editing software, and we have about, 13 Macs? We have 13 Macs for all the students to use, and those are always filled up with people editing, so it's a constant busy class.
So I believe you said it was on is it Fridays that you do the filming? Andrew, tell us, what does that day look like?
So leading up to the week of, everybody's working on their news stories for the newscast, and we vote on those about what's going to be put in the newscast. And then the day we film the newscast, it's everybody kind of just goes in, gets ready. Anchors sit and just let everybody do their thing, check mics, check cameras, make sure everything looks good, and just kind of film. And then after that is the editing for a day or two, usually a day, and then it goes out to the school.
So Isabella, were you interested in TV work or editing before you took this class, or did the class get you interested?
I was kind of interested in it. I always thought it would be a cool subject to just explore and see how that would be. The class definitely got me more interested in the aspects of film and broadcast journalism. So I'd really recommend it if you're interested in those things or you just want to explore and see what you could possibly do as a career.
Now, Kevin, you've been in the program for 4 years, so you're, I don't know if anybody else has got that longevity or not, but you've seen it since its inception. Where has it come in the last 4 years?
So our first year, we actually met in this room in the PAC for like half the year because we didn't have a studio yet, we didn't have cameras, we really didn't have anything. And it's like, I remember my freshman year when I first took the class, what we would do is we'd just talk about what a camera looked like, and we'd talk about how to script interview questions and just all this stuff, but we never really got to do anything. And then my sophomore year, we just, we started learning more, we started doing more cameras. That was the first year with the newscast. By the end of the year, we started making them. And you can tell if you looked at the quality from that one versus now, we've grown immensely. We have a teacher who has somewhat of a background in TV now, who knows what she's doing, more cameras, more equipment, more mics, an actual room, the green screen, the desk, just everything has grown.
So Mrs. G, we've talked about kind of where it's gone up to this point. Where do you and the students see this going into the future?
Well, we definitely this year have taken a look at, and with student input, reflecting a lot this summer, I sat back and considered where students' interests lie, and a lot of them have this film layer too, that they love being a part of the broadcast world, they like being a part of the newscast, but there's this other layer too of just wanting to tell other types of stories. So this year especially, we overhauled curriculum a little bit, and right now students are working on documentaries, just to practice other types of filmmaking that also enhance the skills that they're using for the newscasts. So we're continuing to make strides to continue to reach out in other areas of film, which is a really cool and exciting step that I think students are welcoming that challenge in the curriculum. In the near future, so coming up in this quarter, we're working on commercials for local businesses just to really open our doors too. So it's not just what's going on in W1005 down the hall, that we're also a part of our community more and reaching out and using our skills to enhance what's going on in Huntley's own community too.
Now, one of the things, I just see a lot of excitement about TV. I mean, we've done this show now for a year. You've been doing Raider Nation News for a couple years, and our principal has gotten in on the action. Did you see his Raider ramble? I think Dr. Rowe is looking to get in on it. So a lot of people are trying to edge in on this. But in seriousness, it's great to see that. I think this has created a lot of genuine excitement, and with technology the way it is today, really anybody can go out and tape something and edit it and put it out on the internet. So it's exciting to see that happening. So, well, thank you for all that you've done with the course, and we're so glad to see it continuing to progress and get better and better for the future. So, thank you for watching Huntley 158 today, where we are a destination school district
That focuses on all students always.